Hi, welcome to this session on strategies to manage your anxiety. When you're anxious and stressed out, it's really easy to ignore your other needs. They fall by the wayside. In this session, what I'm going to give you are some really quick tips on managing your anxiety. If possible, find a quiet space in your home to engage your mind thoughtfully. This can be a corner of a room, it can be an entire room, but this space must signify relaxation and calm. This is a sacred space, it is a special space that once you enter into this space, that you understand, you send a message to yourself, to your mind, that this is a space where I take care of myself, where I take care of my mind. As a result, do not violate that space by bringing stress, stressful people, or stressful situations into that space. Specifically, if you're in that space and let's say you get a stressful phone call from your boss, it's not the place to take that call. Go out of that space and take the call if you must. So that space is sacred. It's a private space that you know, when I'm in this space, I connect to my mind and my body. Utilize visualization, music, and guided meditation to help you relax and ease your mind. Mindfulness and meditation can be one of the most challenging things if you make it complicated. Sit where you are, feel what you feel, acknowledge what is passing through your mind, and let it float by. Don't fight the thoughts that's coming up. Just let it float by. Imagine it's a cloud and there are many clouds as there are many thoughts, and just have that cloud float by. Pretty soon there'll be another in its place. And you may spend, as you begin, 5, 10, even 15 minutes or even 30 minutes having these thoughts intrude on your peace. Let them go. Eventually, they're going to run out. Change your thinking so you can consider other alternatives and solutions to the situation that's causing anxiety. If you have a struggle, something that you're grinding through, a difficult decision, alter how you think about it. Place that problem down for a moment, go off, take care of yourself, come back, and see if you can approach it from a different angle. Because what you know is this: what you're doing with it in the current time, in the present time, is not working. You have to find another strategy. Confront your fears. Things are much more scary in your mind than in real life. Once you're able to consciously and mindfully confront these fears, you realize that it's really not as bad as you thought in your head. So be aware, confront these fears rather than have them control what you do and how you feel. Prioritize time to recharge. I know this is thrown around all the time, but it's really very important to prioritize time to recharge. In our lives, we prioritize time for work, time for everything else, except time for ourselves. In some communities where you feel like you must be on the go all the time, you feel like it's wasting time, but this is how you recharge. And just as you schedule in your planner an appointment with the dentist, schedule in your planner an appointment with yourself to do whatever you need to do. It may be gardening, it may be reading a good book, it may be baking, it may be relaxing, whatever it is. Just prioritize time for yourself. Prioritizing time to get a good night's sleep is also important. Find a schedule. If you know you're at your best when you have 7 to 8 hours, try to turn in a bit earlier. Maybe get a little more sleep in the morning. If it's 6, if it's 4, if it's 7 to 9, prioritize the time to get as close as possible to that. Once you're able to prioritize that time for yourself and take it seriously, you will find that you get closer to your ideal scenario. Another tip, find ways to identify unproductive worry. Have a plan to eliminate them. Way too often, we get in these lifelong relationships with worry. Do not get emotionally attached to your worry. Find ways to identify whether that worry is productive or unproductive. If the situation can be solved, brainstorm the top 3 options. So this is the concern. What can I do about it? What is the solution to take me out of this worry pattern? And most importantly, if the situation is not solvable, use the energy to accept the situation. If you're fighting it and it's not solvable, you're wasting energy. Take whatever time you need to accept it and move on from it and move up from it. Eat mindfully. When you're anxious, some have the tendency to just eat mindlessly. Why? Because it gives you something to do. You're distracted by the act of eating, and then you're distracted and you feel comforted, feeling a fullness in your belly. If you eat mindfully, you would identify when you've had enough. If you eat mindfully, you're able to identify if you're eating because you're hungry or you're eating to distract you. So eating mindfully and maintaining a healthy diet is important. Relax your body and your muscles. Control your breathing. You can do this through different exercises. And in this session, what I'm going to include a relaxation, a body scan, so you can accompany that exercise and integrate that exercise into your life when you feel anxious. So those are my quick tips and strategies for dealing with anxiety. If you integrate this into your life, you can find how you deal with anxiety to be much healthier for your mind and body. Thank you for sticking through this session. Be well. Talk to you soon.